In this video, we are going to discuss about the activities of service asset management and configuration management. So, what are the main activities in service asset and configuration management? The first one is planning, identification, status accounting, control and verification and reporting. So, what is planning? Planning means defining the strategy, analyzing the information, creating interfaces and maintaining the configuration management plan. You can clearly see defining the strategy, policy and objectives for the process. So, we define the strategy and also we create a policy and we follow some objectives for the process. Analyzing the information, identifying the tools and resources available for the process. That means analyzing the information and identifying the proper configuration items or resources available for the process. So, the third point is creating interfaces. So, creating interfaces with other ITIL processes, projects and third party suppliers. So, by these interfaces the planning can be performed perfectly so that the ITIL processes will be integrated with the third party suppliers. So, configuration management plans will be created and which includes the policies and strategy could be one output. So, for one output we create a plan for the configuration management and we include the policy and strategy to get the output. Thus, coming to the second point, which is identification. So, here we identify, we also define the scope and also we specify the levels of the details. So, in detail if you go, you can see to identify the associated IT services and components which needed to be controlled by the configuration management process. So, this identification activity is performed so that to identify the IT services and components which need to be controlled by the configuration management plan or process. Define the scope of the process. So, by this activity we define the scope of the process, that is the scopes are IT services, hardware services, software services and documentation and specific areas as well. So, coming to the third point, specify the level of details for information recording. That means in this activity we specify the level of details for the information to get recorded. You can see identifying the relationships between the CIs, determining the depth of information to be recorded and also naming conventions attributes are covered under this category. So, coming to the third activity, which is status accounting. The next activity after identification is status accounting of the IT components through its life cycle. A status code is assigned to each of the statuses for easy identification. That means for easy identifications, a separate status code is assigned to each of the statuses in the status accounting activity. So, what are the typical statuses assigned to the statuses in the status accounting? The first one is new CIs. So, what comes under the new CIs? In order, tested and accepted CIs comes under the new CIs. The second one is existing CIs. Existing CIs are nothing but received CIs, RFC opened for the CI new version requested, and CIs which are down, phased out, undergoing maintenance comes under the existing CIs. So, what is all CIs? Which are in stock, order received, under test, released for installation, live and spare. These are all the categorized CIs which comes under the all CIs. The next activity is control. So, in control we can see configuration management controls all the IT components received by the organization. That means the configuration management system controls all the IT components received by the organization and also he controls who can access it and who can modify it. That means about the write access and read access to the configuration management system. The next activity is audit and verification. What comes under audit and what comes under verification? So, under audit you can see, does the CMDD reflect reality? This is audited by the activities includes verifying and auditing the details in the CMDD database. For example, audit tools can be used to automatically analyze workstations and report on the current situation and statuses of the IT infrastructure. That means audit tools can be used to automatically analyze the workstations which are available and also they report on the current situation and statuses of the IT infrastructure, and it also provides the accuracy to be improved by active rather than passive CMDB, automatic updating, integration with other processes and automatic checks. So coming to the next activity, which is reporting. Under reporting, we assess the efficiency and effectiveness. So how we assess and how we calculate the efficiency and effectiveness here? Through regular MIS reports. So regular pulling up the MIS reports also will be important for the efficiency and effectiveness of the reporting here. So scheduled reviews of expected growth in demand of configuration management activities. That means scheduled reviews are done as per the schedule, so that the expected growth in demand of configuration management activities will be increased, and that comes in the reporting activity.